Looking to trade your old bulk for some of the latest Pokemon booster boxes? Well, check ccgcastle.com. The process is very simple. Send in 1400 cards and get a brand new sealed booster box back. We ship boxes worldwide for free once we get your cards. Make sure to check video description or check ccgcastle.com for more information.
How's it going, Pokemon trainers? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at one very interesting deck list that I decided to build for the standard format. So basically, I build it on the budget. And this is the Golisopod Garbodor Alolan Ninetales deck that you can build for like 30-40 bucks, depend on where you live. And this deck will not contain a single GX or EX Pokemon, meaning that if your opponent wants to win, he will need to knock out 6 of your Pokemons if you have 6 of them in play, or if he wants to win, he will need to deck you somehow out or just leave you without any benched Pokemon by knocking out your last active Pokemon in play, which is just insanely hard in the current format. Trading one prize for 2 prize cards will definitely help you to win. So if you're new to the game, this is definitely something that you should try to build and start with it, because you don't need to invest too much money and you can definitely get complete deck that can be good against current meta, which will probably be Garbodor deck with the Drampa, Alolan Ninetales itself, some other decks like Garbodor Golisopods and many other decks that will be around the format like Volcanion, because you can hit them for the weakness, you can hit them for the item cards, you can do multiple different options with decks. So 18 Pokemon, 31 trainer card and 11 energies. I'm running a 3-2 line of the regular Golisopod. So with the armor, I can reduce the damage for 20. With the Resolute Claws, I can hit for 150 or 180 with the Choice Band against EX and GX. For the early game, that's pretty strong, especially because in the late game, we can hit with the Trash Launch for 20 for each item card in the opponent discard pile, plus we can also Garbatox in the lock abilities, or on the other side, we can set up with the Beacon and lock our opponent with Luminous Barrier. So against a deck like Volcanion, Tornador, and Hawk, we will probably have auto win as long as we put that Ninetales in play. 1-1 line of the auxiliary is here just for the drop support. From the item cards, of course, I'm running 1 Field Blower, 1 Heavy Ball, and 4 Ultra Balls for the Pokemon Search. In addition to that, 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher and 2 multi-switches so I can manipulate and moving my energies from one to the other Pokemon. Why is this very important? Mainly because you can switch between Golisopod and Garbodor Attacker, or even from the Ninetales to Garbodor or reverse. In addition to that, I also decided to go with 4 Puzzle of Times so we can have even more of these item cards later in the game, which is very important. 3 of each Choice Band and Float Stone for extra damage and for the free retreat. And then moving on to the supporter line, I'm running 8 Drought supporters, which 4 of them are going to be N and 4 of them are going to be Sycamore, and of course 2 Guzmas featuring 2 Mellows, because with the Mellow we can search a deck for the 2 cards, put them on the top deck, and then draw them with auxiliary Abyssal Hand. I'm running 11 energies, which 4 of them are DCEs, 4 of them are actually Rainbow energies, and 1 grass with 2 basic psychic energies, because in the late game Garbodor will be more important than Golisopod in the early game. If you're looking for any of these cards, make sure to check ccgcastle.com, because with the TCG Center 5 code you can also get 5% discount on your first purchase. And that's pretty much it you need to know about this deck. So I played for today's video 2 different games so you can actually see how this deck works in action. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. So yeah, let's see how the deck works. So see you in the game. Alright, so waiting my opponent to set up so we can basically start the game. It looks like I'm gonna start first. So let's take a look at the opening hand here. Ooh, plenty of Ultra Balls, but that's pretty much it. I don't like that opening hand, not at all. Hopefully I can top deck something good. Mellow is not bad card at all. Let's go with 1 Ultra Ball for 1 multi-switch and for 1 more Ultra Ball. So that's pretty bad. Remoraid looks like to be prized, so I'm gonna grab that Trubbish. We'll put him on the bench with energy attached. And we'll try to see what I can grab with the Mellow. Any two cards. Yeah, I guess one Vulpix should be fine. And well, actually, Sycamore should be fine. Yeah, let's go with the Sycamore. The second card is just... the second card really doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess I can retreat. But I guess I'm not gonna do that, because he can simply use that Mysterious Beam, and if he gets heads on the coin flip, I'm gonna lose energy from my Trubbish, so it's not worth to do that. Okay, already 3 item cards discarded, and there is one Kukui for my opponent. Okay, so he find a way to get the Nest Ball in play. Nest Ball might be for another Noibat, or maybe for Oranguru, or maybe just for the Trubbish, for example. Okay. So, when I know what's gonna be my top deck, I will have at least one Garbodor in play and Sycamore for 7. So far, I'm not gonna take a single damage counter. 1 energy attached to the Noibat. That's interesting. Oh, and the Crushing Hammer. Okay, unfortunately it's a Tails, so it's my turn. I can play my Garbodor, I can put him in play, and I can simply play my Sycamore for 7. Okay, not bad. There is one Golisopod. There is also a Floatstone, which means I can retreat for free. I'm not gonna attach my energy, I'm just gonna search my deck with the beacon for something like a Trubbish and another Wimpod, so I can have 2 more attackers ready for upcoming turn. I could also set up another Vulpix on my bench, but decided for now just to keep it away, and another Crushing Hammer for my opponent. Okay, so maybe his deck strategy is based around discarding energies and then simply hitting hard later in the game with a Trash Avalanche. I'm not sure, but this might be the case, because I don't see another reason why would you run that Noibat, because Noivern Break is not that good at all. But there is also a Darkness Energy and another Nest Ball for my opponent, so everything could happen. Another Trubbish just placed in play. Okay, so he also running Puzzle of Time. Well, 2 puzzles at the same time right now would be perfect for him, but unfortunately he took only 1. And rearranged the top 3 cards, and there's a Goose for 20. Alright, so it's my turn. What I can find with the top deck, just a Golisopod. Which means for now I'm just feeling perfectly fine, and I'm not gonna waste my time here. All I'm gonna do will be just energy attachment and 1 beacon for something like Wimpod. And let's take one more time Vulpix. Yeah, I think I should go with another Vulpix. Just in case if he decide to put some kind of the GX Pokemon in place, so I can have the protection from it. Alright, Choice Band and a Trash Avalanche Garbodor as expected, but still I don't see the sign of the Noivern for my opponent. Just a Noibat with 2 different energies. The Darkness one and with the Psychic one, and another end for my opponent. Okay. So at least he decided to give me another fresh hand of 6 new cards, which looks much better than the previously one. Since he had way too many item cards in his discard pile, I can simply go for the one-hit knockout. He can respond as well by knocking me out. with his Trash Lange Garbodor. So for me, the best thing is to... Okay, so Noivern GX as expected. Will there be a rare candy into the Noivern GX? I'm afraid... Oh, there's not... It's not necessary to put Noivern GX with the rare candy because it's the stage 1. And he hit me for like a 50, so that's something I was really scared about. Because right now I cannot play my item cards, and this is very, very disgusting. So what I'm gonna do here, it's gonna be a Rainbow Energy attachment down to my Vulpix because things starts to be very ugly. And I'm basically forced to play my Sycamore for 7. I definitely needs to find a way somehow to respond to my opponent, hitting for 140 with my Alolan Ninetales. So I'm definitely gonna need him. I mean, he can basically strike me one more time with the item lock, or he can just go with the Sonic Vision. He decided to go with the Sonic Vision, which I actually prefer much more. Again, right now I can play my item cards. I do have Heavy Ball available in my hand, which is a big deal. Of course, I'm gonna play that Heavy Ball, and I'm gonna grab myself another Garbodor with the Trash Lance. One Float Stone should be played, as well as the Field Blower. Me and my opponent right now going all in with those item cards, no question about it. I do have 2 Puzzle of Times at the same time, so what I'm gonna get here, it's going to be... I guess I don't need energy yet, but for example, I can take one, so I can be 100% positive that I will have that energy available and the knockout against my opponent Noivern. So hitting with my Sycamore for 7. And another Garbodor. And I guess I can put my Choice Band somewhere, and it should definitely goes to my Garbodor. I can play Multi-Switch, but I don't see a reason why would I do that. Trash Lance for the knockout. 210. Guzma and Wimpod. Of course, I shouldn't promote the one with the Choice Band. I accidentally do that, but it's okay. Psychic Energy for my opponent, and the Float Stone for his Garbodor on the bench, and the Field Blower. At least he can take one more prize card there. Knocking out my Trash Lance Garbodor, I can do the same thing for my to my opponent. And he definitely needs something good here. 520 damage counters with just a single energy card. That's just amazing. Speaking about amazing, I have Multi-Switch available. Plus I also have Garbodor for myself. And of course, one huge Trash Lance. This time for 440. Those Garbodors strikes for so many damage counters, and there is Remoraid. Finally, I managed to find Remoraid, but right now my bench space is full. Plus on the other side is the Garbodor with the Garbotoxin activated. Oh, Puzzle of Time for my opponent, so he can rearrange the future with the Puzzle of Time. The game is of course still not over, but I'm in a definitely bigger and better position right now, mainly because my opponent is without attacker and he don't have chance this turn basically to do a single damage counter to me. I could go with the Guzma. Oh, he decided to concede. Okay, let's move on to the another game. Alright, so starting first or second, the coin will decide, then I'm going first. Okay, that's cool. Looking at my opening hand, I guess I cannot be unhappy. There are plenty of good cards available. And also no sign of the basic Pokemon for my opponent. And looks like he's playing Como GX. Alright. I think that the Como GX can hit for 80 without any effect of opponent abilities or attacks, but I'm not 100% positive with that. So I will need to double check that. Speaking about double check, at least I have energy available at my turn 1 and the Muscle Band. So I'm thinking about playing Mellow and fighting for the top deck, the Remoraid, so I can put him on the top and basically drop him and then put my Ninetales in play, Remoraid on the bench, and for 6, finding something like a double Course Energy will put me in the front against my opponent because I can go for 80, taking the Nugget against Jangmu and basically putting that Ninetales in play, which will basically prevent my opponent GXs from dealing a single damage counter to the Ninetales. So, so far so good. I really cannot complain. So there is Ninetales, which I'm gonna put in play, and then I'm gonna play my N. DCE is all I really need. And the last card was a double Course Energy. What a lucky turn for me. One quick Aurora Beam for 80, actually for 70, because of the ability. And there is a Psychic Energy, which I can put down to my Trubbish. Another Jangmu promoted for my opponent. But as long as I have Luminous Barrier Ninetales in play, this is going to be a very hard time for my opponent. I see the sign of the Ultra Ball, so there might be also a rare candy available in my opponent's hand. For Como GX. Yep, the second attack says that this attack is not affected by any of your opponent's effects of the attack. Not sure effects of your opponent active Pokemon. Which means, can he go with the Shred for the knockout? I mean, the Luminous Barrier is ability, not the effect. So, we shall see right now that ruling. I'm not sure in that. So I'm actually gonna find that out. If he can go for the knockout with the Shred, and yes he can, then I'm in a very, very uncomfortable position. Of course I'm gonna strike with my Garbodor, but I didn't expect something like that. Yeah, of course. Why do I even need to think here? I'm gonna just put my Octillery and put him in play. So I can drop 3 cards with Abyssal Hand. And I can put, with my Puzzle of Time, any 2 cards into my hand. So I guess I can go with the Choice Band. And I can go with the Vulpix. Why not? And to be honest, it's even better and smarter for me to attack my opponent with my Acid Spray, trying to hit heads on the coin flip. Of course, I'm not gonna do that. Of course, I'm just gonna go with my Trash Avalanche for 110. Trying to basically knock out his Como GX at the next turn. So there's another Double Dragon Energy and the Versus Seeker, which means that right now I can go for 130. But he decided to grab himself a M. So yeah, that Shred completely surprised me. And right now I cannot rely on my Ninetales. What a nice hand. What a nice hand. So again, Shred for 130. What's the GX attack? Just 240? Yes, it is. Okay, fair enough. I do have that Rescue Stretcher available, which means only one thing. I'm gonna put back that Fat Man into my hand. But I will also need one more item card in my opponent discard pile, if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's exactly. Let's keep that energy card. Let's keep that energy card. I might made a mistake by not discarding it if I missupport a card for draw, but who cares? I can just hit my... Yeah, Trash Lance, 130. 110. 100. How many? 100. Yes, 100. Anyways. Center Lady can heal a little bit of damage counters, but still not enough to keep that combo alive next turn. So, yeah, unfortunately for me, I didn't find what I was looking for. And right now he can Abyssal Hand also for 1. Yeah, I said to myself, well, let's just better keep that Grass Energy in hand, you know, just in case. But that was a stupid decision. Really, it was. And of course, right now I need to find a couple cards in order to knock out his combo. Of course, it's not gonna be easy, but it's not impossible. I need Garbodor, of course, the first one. Okay, there's the Heavy Ball for the Trash Lance Garbodor, but more than the Heavy Ball, I need one more Trubbish just for the next turn so I can have another attacker available. That's the reason why I decided to roll with the N. Of course, I'm gonna discard my Guzma and one of my Float Stones for another Trubbish. It's very, very important to keep going on with those Trubbishes. This time, I'm not gonna make mistake. I'm hitting for 100, which is enough for the knockout. Right now, we are both equal with the prize cards, 3 against 3. But again, I'm in a way much better position than he is. Alright, can he bring another combo in play? I'm not sure, but I guess he can. There's a Alolan Vulpix, an Energy Lotto. Can he find energy in the next 7 cards? Yes, there is a double course energy. So it looks like he's trying to find a combo with the rare candy. Well, there's a Versus Seeker. It might be for a Sycamore, or maybe just for N. Ooh, okay, so before that N, he decided to fill Blower, to discard a couple tool cards. Again, if he misses opportunity to find a combo, he can always retreat on the bench to something like a Vulpix, for example. But that will not be enough, because I will then take the prize advantage and it's gonna be impossible for my opponent to win that game anymore. Yep, retreat, Vulpix Beacon, probably for something like Como GX and something else, who knows. Not sure what's the stage 1 name of the Jangu. So Como and Hakmu. Okay. They sounds like some type of the Egyptian Pokemons or Egyptian names. So right now I can even have that energy attachment to my Golisopod, which means that he cannot have enough damage counters with the Shred for the knockout. Multi-switch I don't need to play. I don't need to attach my Choice Band. But as for example, I'm gonna do attach my Choice Band to my Trash Lance Garbodor on the bench. And I will hit him with the Trash Lance right now for 180. Which means down to 240. He needs 2 more item cards in his discard pile, and the game for my opponent unfortunately is over. So waiting patient to see. There's gonna be another double Dragon Energy, rare candy into the Como GX, means that right now he have 10 item cards in discard pile. So I'm gonna need somehow 10 more damage counters for the week 3. And I guess with the... Oh, no way! He decided to attach a float stone, which means, yeah, I do have field blower available. So probably that will bring me the victory, cause I can probably knock him out right now. Yeah, with the Rainbow Energy I can definitely do that, but I really want to be curious to see if I can find with my Abyssal hand theoretically maybe a Puzzle of Time. Yeah, I can even do that. I think that's enough. Trash Lunch for 240, yes it is. 250 in the end. So that's enough for the knockout, and that's the GG.